Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is a Sunday dinner video. I was supposed to upload it on Monday, but I could not. I was so busy, and then I said, I'll upload it on Tuesday. Tuesday, which was yesterday, we didn't have electricity from just before 6 a.m. up until after 10 p.m. and it was late already. I couldn't do anything about it, so I decided that I will upload it the following day, which is today, Wednesday. It is late, and there's nothing I can do about it. I want my videos most of the time, they kind of go in order. I never post the one that I took then and I just go with order depending on what I'm supposed to put, or what I'm supposed to put first, regardless most of the time, or I try. So I'm cooking hard body. We bought hard body on Saturday, and then prepared it Saturday night. So this is Sunday morning, and I'm just going to cook it the old-fashioned way with water, seasoning. My seasoning was chicken stock, mild curry, paprika, smoked paprika, bay leaves into there, and that was it. We have been struggling with our front door handle. It was coming out, and we didn't want to start another holes on a different side, so on a different, because we don't want to change the door. It is beautiful, but I can see the difference in quality, because we did not change the lock system, we only changed the handle. So I've kept the handle. I still want to use it in future. In case I change the door, I'll use it because I love the quality of it. This one, it's beautiful, but it's not the same as the one that we have had, and I didn't even know that. I think that's the thing about this house. There are so many things that whenever we try to replace them, it's actually difficult to replace them because the quality of it is just, we can't find it. So I'm going to keep it though, for future. I think the door is probably the one that I will change instead of the handle next time. So while the chicken was going, I started preparing potatoes. I made a lot of potatoes because this salad, potato salad, I love it, and it tastes better after it has been in a fridge for excuse me, it tastes better after it has been in a fridge for a day or two. Like, it just tastes better, man. I don't know how to explain it, but it tastes better. So this is my mokokorosh, or my hard body, and I added tomato paste. Initially I added the 50 gram, that is a 100 gram packet or sachet, but I ended up putting the entire thing there. So you guys know how I cook basmati. Boil the water and cook it for 7 to 8 minutes. Drain it in a sieve, and I'm checking if it's ready or not. Every time after draining it, I check it. I squish it in between my fingers, and I chew a bit of it, and it depends. That determines how long I should put, or how high my stove should be for it to simmer down the excess water. Like that. I don't know if that makes sense. So while that was finishing off, I boiled my potatoes. I was starting to boil my potatoes. I just added salt. You can add salt or you can add aromat. It depends on you. And added my water. You're not going to, the water must simmer down. It has to simmer down so that the seasoning can penetrate the potatoes. Yeah, that's the correct word. And then while that is going, I started on the broccoli. I bought 3 heads, but the smaller ones. I was actually lucky when I got to the Asian market. There wasn't any left. These were the last ones when we got there. So it depends how I am cooking it and what I am doing with it. This one you can leave the stems if you are going to pan fry it. Maybe cut it in 4 instead of cutting the small heads. But this one I'm going to chop it. It's going to be part of my rice. You'll see that later. I rinsed it just to make sure that there isn't any particles that is not needed there. Added it back onto the bowl, and then I poured boiling water on it, like really hot water. Now we don't want it to turn the color. Sometimes when I do things, I don't think, hey, Kappa, this is boiling water, but I was actually touching it. Yes, but yeah, I was trying to make sure that it is covered in the water, the boiling water covered it. And after a minute or two, you immediately you take the water, the boiling water out, and then you rinse it with cold water. Really, really, really cold water from the tap. If you've got ice, throw in a bit of ice there, making sure that it stops the cooking. You can see that how bright green it is. That's what I always strive for, and it's good for salads this way. And if you are going to add it on something that you're still going to maybe cook for 2 minutes, and while that was draining, I started on the to clean the beans. You know, these ones, they gave me tough time. They were very difficult to cook. Normally I'm used to the green beans that you just put on the pan 2 to 3 minutes and they turn bright green, and then you take them out of the pan. Hey, but home I ended up having to add water onto them, and the more I added water, the more it was now turning. It didn't remain green, but I had no choice because they were going to, if I didn't do that, they were not going to be easy to eat, or they were not going to be edible, you know. But so this was later in the evening. I came back late and I'm continuing with dinner. We are cutting mushrooms, shiitake mushroom. You can use mushrooms, normal mushrooms, when if you are making this. I didn't have them. I had shiitake mushrooms, fried that in butter, and while they were frying, I started chopping my broccoli for the rice. I'm going to add this onto the rice. How are you guys doing? How is your weekend? I know it's in the middle of the weekend, or how has your week been so far? You know, all of those things. How are you? How are you coping? What are you doing? You know, what's happening in your life? Nothing is happening in my life, guys. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to like, comment, share if you can. You know, all the good stuff. Once the mushroom has already cooked a little bit more, and I'm happy with how they are, I added the green beans onto there. This is where I thought, just gonna put them for 10 minutes, 2 minutes and all of that, because if you noticed, I've left them up until the last because I didn't want them to overcook. So this was the last dish that I was making, cooking actually, while I finished the other ones, because I thought I was clever, I was smart. I was making sure that it doesn't overcook. Gopi, So I chopped my spring onion there, and I also chopped half red onion and two red chilies, added red wine vinegar, and then added the olive oil or seeds oil, and added aromat or this brand. Yona or add your salt. You know, as black, what we call any brand, anything that is yellow, it's aromat, but it's not aromat, guys. It's another brand that I love so much. So I was actually making a dressing for the potatoes. Remember those potatoes that I boiled, and I let them simmer, and this is how they look now. That is my potato salad for the day. I'm not using mayo. I'm using oil. I'm using red wine vinegar. I think apple cider vinegar can do well, and your white wine vinegar as well can do well, even your rice vinegar. Yes, and then I added dry herbs, preferably basil. Use basil, dry basil, and add it. If you have the recipe for this salad, actually calls for chives, uh, but I didn't have fresh chives, so I used what I had. This is after I have warmed the rice. Remember, I cooked it earlier in the morning. I warmed it, make sure that it's hot, and I added my broccoli. You can see the fact that I did not cook it all the way through. Even when I added it onto the hot uh, rice, it did not change color. That's the whole plan of it, not changing color. So that's what we had for Sunday dinner. I hope you had a wonderful one on that day as well. And yeah, that's what we had. Thank you so much for watching up until this far. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment. Kindly subscribe if you have not subscribed. And that's what we had for dinner. You can see the difference in my green beans and the broccoli. That the green beans, I could not get them to my bright green color that I love so much, because I had to add water on them. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.